I really fucking love snacks.
Hello and welcome to Snack Time. I'm your host, Lindsay Adams. Thank you for listening and subscribing. Thank you for being my virtual friend that I've never met. Thanks for leaving reviews. If you haven't left one, that's your hint to do it. I'm very excited for today's guest. She is a return guest because this is a very special episode. It's the pumpkin spice Thanksgiving episode of Snack Time. And this is literally what you've been waiting for. And so I would like to introduce our guest, Irene Walton.
Hello.
Wow, we're so lucky to have you. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Thank you for letting me be on.
How could I not? Irene had an episode with us that was a full-on fucking delight. And also we had made a video.
What was our topic that episode?
Your favorite snack. What was your favorite snack? It was something cute. It was something with lemonade. Cheese? No.
Pretzels and lemonade.
Pretzels and lemonade. Yeah.
A Snyder's butter snap, bitch. And then we became friends in our pumpkin spice video last year. We tried every pumpkin spice item we could find.
I know, which was actually, and it was funny because first of all, we both don't love pumpkin spice, right?
No, it's such a median flavor for me. I'm like, okay.
I completely agree. So out the gate, if you love pumpkin spice and you're listening, you might disagree with quite a few opinions. And if you disagree, you're wrong. Just so you know, our opinions are the only correct ones.
I do feel like we're unbiased though, because I don't hate it, but I also will not seek it out.
I mean, it depends on what it is. By the way, if you're listening, I'm eating beef jerky and celery. That's what you're hearing.
Yeah, what a health queen you are right now.
I mean, I don't know about a health queen as much as I was like, what's in my refrigerator and pantry currently that I can just munch. But also this is sales rack beef jerky from Ralph's.
Speaking of beef jerky, why is beef jerky so expensive?
Thank you.
Beef jerky and turkey jerky, it's always $8 for 7 pieces of it.
I have to think that when you dry it out, it makes it super small. So what you're getting, and maybe I'm wrong, what you're getting in a bag is the equivalent
you're probably totally right.
A full-on steak.
Of a steak.
And so you have to buy a steak every time. And that's why when you get a big bag.
You're so right. That's such a great point.
I mean, look, I don't know. All I know is I think the same thing all the time. And I'm like, just put hot dog stuff in it. I don't know the difference. If it makes it cheaper, just put
hot dog jerky. I would try some of that for sure.
Isn't that basically
I don't know if I could do a whole
Jim? Essentially.
Oh, shit. I guess you're right.
That's not all real meat. That's meat, ground
filler
product. Look, I don't know.
Ground meat product. Well, anyway, do you think that there's pumpkin spice beef jerky? I bet there is somewhere.
Oh, I bet there is. Let me Google that. I love Googling things while we're recording. Okay. Pumpkin spice beef jerky. Let's see. Ew.
Is it a thing?
Sure is. There sure is. That's so fucking gnarly. I mean, no. What the fuck? No.
Ew.
No, thank you.
God, that's fucking gross.
No, I'm not interested. That's the thing that I think that I think people know that pumpkin spice isn't that good. And I think that's part of why they don't really care what they put it in. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, you can't fuck up. What's another flavor? You can't just add caramel to anything and have
you
people
can't do
be okay
caramel
with
beef
it.
jerky.
No, although that does sound better than pumpkin spice.
Than fucking pumpkins. Because the thing is, here's something that I feel like you and I will probably agree on. Pumpkin spice does not have pumpkin in it. Like when you're making, it's supposed to taste like pumpkin pie, but what makes pumpkin pie taste like not just fucking squash, which it is basically,
right,
is the pumpkin pie spices. So like when everybody is making these pumpkin spice things, it should just be like cinnamon, nutmeg, a little bit of ground ginger, whatever.
right.
Not adding the pumpkin too.
Yeah.
So they're basically just saying pumpkin plus spices. They should say pumpkin pie flavored, not pumpkin spice.
I completely agree with you. I actually I was at Ralph's and I was feeling frisky, and it was 12 a.m. last night. And which is like,
why were you at Ralph's so late?
So, I mean, we live so close that like sometimes we're just like, do you want to go to Ralph's? And then we just stand in the aisles. You know what I'm like I'm a big stander of the aisles.
I mean, me too. I fucking love the grocery store.
I just gaze. Yes, same. So we'll go, and I saw sugar-free pumpkin spice like coffee syrup, and I was like, oh, I'll try this.
Okay.
I opened it this morning. No spice, all pumpkin. I was very fucking confused.
What made you pick the sugar-free one?
Well, in the morning, I just don't like to have it like sugary. So I'll just get like a sugar-free thing. I mean, I'm like a gross like diet soda junkie and shit like that. But
it was just pumpkin. How orange was it?
It wasn't. So here's the thing. It wasn't orange, but when I opened it, it smelled like squash.
I'll tell you what, it's it's
gnarly.
Gross.
Why would I want to put that in my fucking coffee? I've been putting pumpkin pie, the actual spice, in my coffee in the morning. And I was like, this would be fun if I mean, look.
If I add some fucking pumpkin puree.
I am not a pumpkin fan. I don't like pumpkin pie.
I will have very happily a bite of pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving. But I want it to be the back bite that has the most crust.
Yep.
And I want there to be some fresh whipped cream on there. But like I know people that will like get seconds and thirds of pumpkin pie. And I'm like, it's just so much.
Yeah.
So much.
I'm going to try to zhuzh it up this year. And
what are you going to do?
I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to do something like caramelly, or I need something to offset how bland and like, look, it tastes like I'm eating pilgrim food. You know what I mean? Like basic pumpkin pie, and it looks bad. And so I'm like, well, what if we put like a crumble on it? Like, what can we do?
I know a lot of people will do
cream cheese.
Well, they'll do like maple bourbon pecan shit on top.
Sure. I think that you should save the pecans for
pecan pie.
Yes. I don't.
Do you like pie?
I love pie.
What's your favorite pie to make, and what's your favorite pie to eat?
Making pie sucks, and I hate it with all of my being.
Making pie, and I don't love eating pie.
That's so funny. I mean, I love a double crusted pie, or I love a berry pie. I'm like a berry, like a blueberry cream cheese pie.
Oh my God, yum.
So like with a crumble topping, like that shit is like, and I love an apple pie. If it's a really good apple pie, I love an apple pie.
Do you like Dutch apple pie or French apple pie?
Dutch apple pie.
So much better.
French apple pie. It's like, I should have a Pop-Tart. You know what I mean?
If anyone doesn't know, Dutch apple pie is the apple pie that has the crumble topping, which is like 90% crumble. And French apple pie or like American apple pie has the like crust on top.
Right. Which is like, I just don't care about it.
Yeah. I would rather just make little like crust cookies.
Yeah. I love pecan pie. Pecan pie to me is delicious.
I can eat pecan pie. I can eat apple pie. But yeah, like a whole slice of pumpkin pie has never like enchanted me.
No, I always have like a bite and then I'm done. And like people ride so hard for pumpkin pie too, that it like blows my fucking mind. I guess you could put cream cheese in it and that would make it like slightly better, but it definitely needs something creamy to offset. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me that you're going to eat like a sweet potato casserole and then you're going to eat pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Like, lay off the fucking orange shit.
We get it. What?
I was going to say sweet potato casserole tastes better.
I agree. I think it's like, it just makes more sense. I love making pumpkin pie though. I just don't love eating it.
Yeah, let's rewind to you loving making pie because pie crust, I did like 50 pie orders last year for Thanksgiving.
50?
Yeah. I sold pies.
How much did you charge for a pie?
It was like 30 for pumpkin, 35 for pecan or apple.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So, and that was for like a 9-inch pie.
For sure.
So, and that was great. But I had to make all my pie crust ahead of time.
Yeah.
It never fucking turned out the way I wanted it to. I was paranoid constantly about the bottom being soggy.
Well, I I blind bake every pie crust I ever use.
That's what I ended up doing. But
I don't believe in not doing that because every time I've done it, I've had a shitty ass fucking bottom of the pie.
I completely agree. Any recipe where it's like, do this, I'm like, I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I don't trust you.
Well, also it's like, what are you baking it in? Because like I have a Pyrex pie pan and so you can see the bottom. And that's helpful. But if I'm baking it for to bring it somewhere, I have like disposable pie pans.
Yeah.
So all the time that goes into fucking pie crust. I mean, it's crazy that you love that.
It's almost like, I think I love the challenge of it. It's because it's almost like a yeasted dough, like a bread or a cinnamon roll, where it's like such a challenge. So when it does come out right, you're just like, fuck yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
But you also don't know if you fucked it up until you're like 6 hours in anyway.
That's the thing. You just don't know if you fucked it up. I don't think I've ever made the perfect pie crust for my taste. I think what I'm going to try this year, because I don't like flaky. I like flaky. I like flaky meets crumbly. So like, I want it to be almost shortbready.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. I want it to be like kind of shortbready. And I think I need to put an egg in it. So it's more of a short crust.
Yeah, that'll do it. And then that'll just bake through easier also. Because sometimes, everybody's got a hard on for leaving your butter so fucking thick and chunky in it, which is great when it works. But sometimes it's like it evaporates and then you have a big puddle of fucking melted butter in your pie crust instead of like a flaky thing.
100. Yeah. And it loses shape and it pisses me off. I don't like when it fluffs up. It irritates the shit out of me. I'm like, why did I put all this time into shaping it into something that's supposed to be fucking beautiful if it's just going to fluff up on me and look like trash?
Okay, my mom used to do this. She used to make this every Thanksgiving. So I always thought it was a Thanksgiving thing. Cheesecake for Thanksgiving. Thoughts?
I'm so on board with that.
I am too. And I
so on board with that.
used to hate cheesecake because I didn't know what it was. Like I thought when my mom and my dad would talk about like, oh, let's get cheese danishes or something, I thought it was
Yeah.
like a cookie with like a slice of cheddar cheese on. Like that's the vibe I
Right.
thought it was.
Right.
And so when I
Right.
finally had like a bite of my mom's cheesecake, I was just like, this is what I've been fucking missing out on. So I
Yeah.
might do some cheesecakes this year because they're just such a fucking bitch to make sometimes.
They are totally a bitch to make. I have a mini cheesecake pan and I might
Yeah, I have a couple of those too.
yeah, and I might do that. I make a fucking killer butterscotch pecan cheesecake. Um Brown sugar, it's like all warm flavors.
Ooh.
It's now that makes me like want to make it, but like cheesecake is one of the ultimate desserts for me, I
Is it
think.
really? Do you
Yeah, I
like
mean,
it with stuff in it or you like it plain?
it depends. Like it depends on how it's made. And I'm super picky. I used to go when I was in 8th grade, maybe. I took tap dancing classes
That's so
and
cute.
yeah, and
I feel like you hated them.
I did. So this is what I
Yeah.
did actually. My mom would drop me off and it was in a strip mall, and the same strip mall there was an Italian restaurant. And so I would make my friend ditch class with me and we would go to the Italian
No.
restaurant and we would order cheesecake and eat the free bread. And then my mom
Are
would
you
pick
kidding
me
me?
up. No, I swear to God. And then my mom would pick me up and be like, how's class? And I would be like, it was fucking
Great.
phenomenal.
I'm 15 pounds heavier than I was 2 months
Yeah.
ago.
I was like, it's incredible. And then she got a call from the teacher and she's like, Lindsay's missed several classes. And my mom was like, what? And
No,
I
she
was like,
fucking has, and I drop
was
her
like,
off every week.
yeah, I was like, weird. I think she called and was like, is Lindsay okay? And it was like, babe, I'm fine. I'm eating cheesecake. Um, babe, please don't worry about me. I'm eating cheesecake.
I love you calling your teacher babe in 8th grade, bitch.
I know. The idea of being like, honey,
Hey, sweetheart, I think I know what I'm doing.
yeah.
I'm 12.
Can you just relax because I'm almost a teenager. I'm a teen, if you will. But that's what it like reminds me of. So like I think I
That's
have
really
fond
cute.
memories of it and the Italian cheesecake kind of thing.
Yeah.
But now now I like things a little lighter.
Can I tell you a story about a date I went
Please.
on a long time ago?
Please.
I'd edit this part out, but I went on it this week. I just don't want to be mean if this guy is. I'm certain he wouldn't listen, but whatever.
Sure.
So I was on a date with this guy. That it was a first date, whatever, and we were at an Italian place that was like not good, and I already had to drive a fucking hour to go to it.
Ew.
I know, and it was in downtown, and I was like, "Can we go somewhere like in between us?" He's like, "I really want you to try this place," like as if it was gonna be worth it. So I was like, "Okay, like for good food, I'll fucking travel."
Right.
The most basic fucking Italian food I've ever had in my life.
No.
So uninspired, so not special. Anyway, we have like dinner, whatever. It's not fun. And he he's like, "Oh, do you want to get dessert?" And I was like, "Yeah, like if you do, sure." And he goes, "Oh, you want to do the cheesecake?" And I was like, "Yeah." And like we're at an Italian place, like you know how cheesecake it's like a big order.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay, great." And so the waiter comes over and is like, "Oh, do you guys want to do dessert?" He's like, "Yeah, 2 cheesecakes." And I was like, before I could like say I'm not gonna have that much,
Right.
I was served a piece of cheesecake. It was the biggest fucking piece of cheesecake I've ever seen. It was also square.
No.
Yeah,
Excuse
I
me.
agree.
Excuse
Correct.
me. So did it have did it have a crust?
It had a minuscule layer of crust on the bottom, no side crust.
Oh, fuck that.
And it had like some weird fucking blueberry sauce over it or something. It was just like, so I had 3 bites like I was planning on having of the shared cheesecake. Anyway, that's my cheesecake story. That's the last time I had cheesecake, so I have to make new cheesecake to redeem my taste buds.
Do you? That's heinous. First of all, I'd like to that. The idea that you would serve, that's literally the kind of cheesecake you would get in a school cafeteria. Like
Truly.
like school cafeteria. You know when they would serve like the fucking sheet cake? Or did you get that? Yes. So yeah,
we had, oh my God.
Texas sheet cake.
You got Texas sheet cake at school lunch?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite cakes to make. I fucking love Texas sheet cake.
Oh, trust. This was disgusting, but you know.
We used to get, if anybody listening to the podcast right now went to LAUSD or anywhere else that did this, you'll know the fucking, oh my God, it was so good. I can taste it. The coffee cake that they used to serve in the morning. Did you have it at your school?
No, but I love coffee cake. And see, now I want to bake everything.
Me too. And I actually should write this down because I kept being like, I have nothing to bake.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, wait, what are we making? We're doing cheesecake.
We're doing cheesecake. We're doing pie.
Cheesecake, pies, coffee cake.
Yeah.
And Texas sheet cake. Okay, amazing. It was the best coffee cake I've ever. You just pulled out a full ass 2-liter bottle of Diet Sprite.
Yeah, because it's the holiday winter spiced cranberry edition. I'm not sponsored by Sprite, but I'm just saying.
But I would take it.
This is festive.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was the best. It was the best coffee cake in the entire world. And it was, oh yeah, pumpkin spice. Anyway.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Gross.
I love that. I was like, this is a pumpkin spice episode. And we're like, pumpkin spice is disgusting. Moving on. This is really more of a baking pie episode.
Oh my God.
This like a fall.
I can't believe
pastry.
you knocked out 50 pies last year.
Yeah. I can't believe it
How
either.
did you like batch that? Did they all go out on Thanksgiving Day?
No, I had to pace it because you know that like pies shouldn't be refrigerated right after they're baked. So I had that window of time where I didn't necessarily have to worry about, like, I also bought a cooler. I bought dry ice and I bought a cooler so that I could have space in my fucking, like, in my shit so that I like, and I like, it was insane. Smart. It was insane. It was like I was like, I'm never doing this again. But I batched the pie crust. And so I like had a bunch of it in my freezer and I just weighed it out and I just had it and then I would let it thaw. But making the pie crust, also it's like by the time I've put the pie crust into the pan, then the pan has to fucking sit. So then I would have pie crust in my freezer in the pan. I stacked the pans. And then that's like ultimately what I ended up doing. But then there were people who had like gluten-free or dairy-free. And like, I should never say yes to that.
That's so nice of you. I was going to be like, I'd be like, oh my God, I know a great bakery that does that.
I know. I haven't ventured into anything vegan yet. And, my friend who produces Good Heroin at Stories and
Dave?
No, Dave, Dave, the co-host, Dave's the co-host, but the producer, Catherine, she bakes and she's a phenomenal baker and she keeps making vegan shit that's so out of this world. And it makes me, I mean, I love her, but I obviously want to compete with her. And so I'm like, should I make something vegan?
I just like, I know that I'm not going to be the best at it, so I don't care. So I don't even try.
No, totally.
I'm like, well, I guess I won't be making anything vegan because the one time I tried to make something vegan, it was like, bleh.
Yeah, I'm not like a fan of it. They have better vegan butters now, which I appreciate.
That's true. Yeah.
So like, I've always like had an issue with like Crisco buttercream, like that sort of like frosting and shit like that. But now that you can use like fake butter, I feel like that's like slightly better. But
I wonder how that would be.
You know, I made a buttercream once with vegan butter and it really wasn't bad. Like
Well,
it
that's
was
good.
it was like a little bit off, but it really wasn't bad. So I don't know, who knows? But now I love that we're just like listing out shit that we want to bake now. I feel like that's acceptable. I don't
That's
like,
allowed. We're both
yeah,
bakers. What are you
absolutely.
most excited to bake this holiday season?
Well, so I'm gonna make a pie for Friday. I'm gonna make like a Dutch caramel apple pie
Like this Friday?
this Friday. And I'm
For
gonna
any reason
try.
or just for fun?
Well, Nick and I are going to his brother's for like a pre-Thanksgiving dinner.
Cute.
So that'll be really cute. And maybe I'll make a cheesecake too, but I wanted to make an apple pie. And I'm gonna try doing a brown butter crust.
How? Just instead of
So
like, are you
like
gonna brown the butter and freeze it?
yes. So I'm gonna brown the butter ahead of
Oh,
time. I'll chop it, I'll let it chill, I'll chop it, and then put the cubes in the freezer.
interesting.
And then I'm gonna try to make it like more of that like short crust
Yeah.
and do like the Dutch. And then I'm gonna make the caramel, which like normally I like opt out because it's such a bitch. But for some reason I like really feel like I need to like do something interesting. So
Yeah, I get that. I haven't made caramel in a long time, and now I'm kind of like, I want to do that too.
yeah. And I always burn it. That's the truth. Like I've
Oh, of
never
course.
like 100%. I'm done trying to candy nuts because I just waste like $40 in pecans. Being like, I'm gonna candy these nuts and it's gonna be so sick.
Have you
So
ever made those egg white candied nuts?
no excuse.
Oh my God, it's like a thing, and they actually turn out fucking delicious.
Really? What?
Yeah.
Elaborate, please.
Okay, egg white candied walnuts. Yeah, but you can do it with any nuts, obviously. Um,
I have walnuts, but I feel like walnuts have a weird aftertaste.
they do. You're correct. It's like, well, walnuts.org is gonna give us the recipe.
Okay, walnuts.org is a treat.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so our oven's preheated to 300. Does everybody like this podcast? Me reading a recipe online from walnuts.org?
I like it and I'm going to go with it. And if people don't like it, they can suck my ball sack. This is now the Reading Recipes podcast.
Okay, our oven's at 300, so pretty low oven. And we whisk together the egg whites, water, and vanilla until frothy. We add the walnuts into the egg white mixture and toss to coat evenly. We combine sugar, cinnamon, and salt in a large plastic bag, and we put the coated walnuts into the bag, shake, and then put them in the oven. Like
Whoa.
lay them out and put them in the oven. And I've had them before and I've made them before this way, and they're great. They're not as I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but it's not
Oh, yeah,
as
I see
like
them. Ooh.
caramely sticky. It's a lot like crunchy or lighter.
I bet that would be good though, like on top of something or in a
Yes, that would
cookie.
be. Ooh.
Like, see, now that's where I'm getting lit. What do you want to, what are you excited to bake this holiday season?
I have an idea. Actually, this will be great. I can talk to you about it. I have an idea that I want to do. Should I kill this ant or just let him live on my wall?
Ooh, how big is it?
Really small. He
Mm,
can stay.
yeah.
Probably means he's a baby and there's like a mom somewhere with a billion more, but what are you gonna do?
I mean,
No, I'm gonna kill him.
yeah, I was just
Well,
gonna
I won't.
say, I mean, he might crawl on your face at night, but you probably wouldn't know if that happened anyway.
Yeah, if you could crawl on my face right now. I want to do a series like on Instagram Reels where I
Mm.
make a cookie for every state. What do
Oh,
you think?
girl, I love that. That's a challenge.
Yeah, I thought so too. And so I'm trying to think of like what, like, obviously, like Georgia would be like a peanut butter cookie. Um,
Mhm. Is that
California.
obvious? I just I mean, I'm not doubting you. You're like, obviously Georgia would be a peanut butter cookie. And I'm like, wait, is that a peanutty state? What do I not know? I mean, I don't know a ton about Georgia. Why don't you make chicken cookies? Because they do great fried chicken in Georgia.
Is that obvious?
I mean,
Because they have a lot of peanut farms there.
oh, I mean, look, I didn't know that, Irene. No shade. I'm not questioning you. I just am saying I fucking hate a peanut butter cookie, by the way. You're a cookie queen, though.
Do you really?
You make incredible cookies. And I actually have had your peanut butter cookies, and your peanut butter cookies are fucking delicious.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. But for whatever reason, I don't fuck with peanut butter cookies. What? That's all you're doing with it is peanut butter? You got nothing else to put in there. You got nothing. Not even a spice. Not even a spice. Just peanut butter. I mean, and also I would be curious if you could make peanut butter cookies with those like wild ass peanut butters. Like, you know that they have like all the crazy flavors.
Flavors, or like, you mean like sunflower seed butter?
No, I mean like there's those peanut butter companies that make like cinnamon roll peanut butter, Snickers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be interesting.
I mean, I don't know if you would be able to taste it, but anyway, I interrupted because Georgia, obviously peanuts, obviously, Georgia's obviously peanut cookies, peanut butter cookies. I stand corrected. What are your other ideas? Give me the other states. Really? You don't even think about Texas?
Well, no, I've thought about other ones, but like what? Because I thought about like doing like making it like funny, but like I'm not going to be funny enough to do that.
Please don't talk down to someone who is a professional humorist. Please don't put funny in air quotes. That's my career.
Because I was like, oh, if I made like California, like, and it was just like air or something, because it's like,
oh yeah,
I thought about that, and then I was like, that's not fun for anybody. And I mean,
so cutesy is like,
I might do it for a couple, like if I don't know what it like. But see, I just need to talk to people. Like, what do you think a Jersey cookie would have?
See, that's the thing, is like I always go to like the weird flavors, but I would say
I'm like a traditional queen.
Yeah, I would say like an Italian cookie. Yeah, I would go with an Italian cookie, like a butter cookie.
That's a good point.
So I would go with like one of those Italian butter cookies with the sprinkles on it, the red and green sprinkles that you get in the tins. Because that was it.
I love those cookies.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Yeah, like I wanted to like encapsulate the state. So like California will probably be like like a oatmeal cookie or something. And like,
yeah,
Texas will be like pecan something cookie. And like,
right.
But I will also want it to be like that, where it's like the vibe of Jersey is very Italian.
It is. And I feel like New York would be chocolate chip.
You think? Why?
Because it's classic. And it's like, it's classic, and you know what to expect. You know that you're going to get it. And the vibe is like, the whole vibe of New York is taking something super simple and just doing the best version of it. And you have the best chocolate chip cookies I've ever had. I'm not kissing your ass.
I'm just really a bitch though, because I don't want to give that recipe away. So I might
don't
New York over.
Yeah, tell New York to suck.
Oh, maybe I can make New York an apple cookie.
There
like an apple fritter cookie.
Okay. The big apple. You could do a maple cookie.
Yeah, so
Vermont.
You're so smart. So I'm gonna do a lot of cookies coming up, and then I'm gonna do. Now I really want to make cheesecake. I really want to make coffee cake, but I've never made a coffee cake that's great.
Oh, I've made a
I can never
fucking
get the
bomb-ass
streusel
coffee
right.
cake. So the streusel, I always make ahead of time. And then I stick it in the freezer, and then I put it on top,
Interesting.
and that's how you keep it crispy. Because it's the same kind of thing with pie crust. It's like crumbly. You want it to.
Do you put it in? Do you put it on the batter while, like, as you're putting the batter in the oven, or do you take it out like halfway through and then do the streusel?
No, I put it on when it
is ready to go in.
Yeah, when it's ready to go in. But I like a half and half. Like,
yeah, because you're from the East Coast. You like it to be equally streusel v cake.
Yeah, I do the same thing when I make like a crumble of any sort. I'm like a half and half person.
Crumble, I get it for sure. Coffee cake, I like a little less crumble than like half. I'm more of like a third kind of gal.
See, I like a super moist coffee cake.
Yes.
That like is almost mushy.
Uh-huh.
And then the crumbly topping. So like I want it to be underbaked. Anytime I watch Great British Bake Off and Paul is like, it's a little underbaked because he sticks his finger
when he
in
takes the thing and he sticks his fucking whole hand in there.
I'm like, I would eat the shit out of that, you dumb balloon
I
animal.
eat the shit out of Paul Hollywood, I'll tell you what.
No. I just feel like he's like, I mean, no, I get it. I just like don't feel like he's good at sex. You're right. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel that way also.
Like, I feel like
I'm not gonna fuck it.
Instinctively, I would. You're like, I literally don't care. He's a bread maker.
Hello.
No, I don't know. Paul Hollywood,
everything's too underbaked for him.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's oozing butter. That's what I want. I want everything underbaked. I want everything underbaked or overbaked. Rarely do I like it perfectly baked.
Do you like it regular baked?
I don't really like it regular baked. It's too fucking ordinary. Sugar Bear, what are you doing? Literally?
I want to see her.
It sounds like she has high heels on because her nails are just like click clacking on the fucking wood. Shug, come here. Get over here. Get over here. Say hi.
Oh my God. I'm so excited. Hi, baby. Oh, she's a little kitty.
She's teeny.
Oh, hello, love bug.
She's like, I had an episode with cat snacks and now I'm over this podcast. Say hello. Okay. Well.
Oh my God, I want a cat so bad.
Get one. I mean, I'll always encourage a cat.
I'll ask you this when we're not on the podcast.
I mean, honestly, this podcast can literally just be us chit-chatting, and I feel like it will be appreciated because half the people that listen to it found me through you.
Oh my God. Well, hello, all of my friends. Thank you for listening, and thank you for leaving a review. You know what I love? Entenmann's coffee cake.
Okay, yes. I mean, they do it right.
They do. They do so many things right. I love Entenmann's.
They do it right. And that's the thing too. It's like that is like a going to visit my Jewish relatives situation. That's like you serve it with deli food. That's like just a very classic. I'm A+ on that. I totally agree. I mean, coffee cake is great. It's so funny that you love like the challengey yeasty stuff. That's what I hate. Oh, this is what I want to bake, which you're good at. I want to make babka. I want to make like chocolate challah. I want to make babka
too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I want to make
let's make babka together.
I would love that because I tried making it last year. And it was like a Bon Appetit recipe that was like, okay, well, my microphone just fell.
Why were you holding your celery with your whole fist?
I eat it like Tarzan. It was a Bon Appetit. It was a Bon Appetit recipe. And I'm gonna try to multitask. What is happening? Okay. I always leave these parts in too because I somehow think people want behind the scenes. And it's like,
oh, I do too.
If you're listening in your car, I don't feel like you need like the chaoticness of knowing that I'm like reaching onto the ground, whatever. I guess I'll hold the microphone now. I don't even remember what I was saying, and it doesn't matter.
Babka. It was a Bon Appetit recipe.
It was a Bon Appetit recipe. I mean, I fucked it up because I've never been able to proof anything correctly.
Well, it's just so finicky. I find that you just need to like really fucking work the dough. I always bloom my yeast before. And the only reason you bloom yeast is not to like help the proofing process. It's just to make sure it's not dead. So I just don't like any troubleshooting I can do prior to like it not baking the way I want it to. I'll do. So yeah, so like I will just knead it more than I think I need to, and then I'll also just proof it for a little longer than I think I need to.
I never know if it's doubled in size. It's always like prove it till it's doubled in size. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know if you want me to get like a measure. I second guess it so much that I like, then I'm like, I don't think I can. Is it double?
I know. I'm always like, it's only a third in size extra. Like, I get so worried about that stuff too. But it's just so fun to like when it works.
I know. I'm also so impatient. Like, I just hate waiting for stuff. And so that's also why I don't like making pies, because I want to like make a pie. I think what I'm going to do to save myself trouble is make a bunch of pie dough and like cache it in my freezer so that I can whip it out when I want it. But like, I fucking hate that you have to plan ahead to make this stupid shit so that
what I do if I'm doing a lot of pies, I really like to make my pie. I always do like double batches of pie dough. So I'd make my pie dough and I portion it out and I just put it in the shell right away. So like after I've let it rest for the like 30 minutes, I just put it in the shell and I put it in the freezer so it's done. And then all I have to do is bake it off and fill it and then bake it again.
Interesting. I have cute little leaf cutouts.
Yes, I'm obsessed with those.
I just think they're so fun.
They're so festive and cute, and you can do so much cute shit with them.
I started playing with gum paste. I was telling you the other day.
Yes, how's that been going?
It's fun. I'm using it for a cake that I'm making this week, but then I made like some leaves and they're like very cute, but I don't know what they would go on other than a cake. But I'll say this, I fucking love a festive fall winter cake.
Yeah.
I fuck hard with those flavors. And I think I'm going to make a couple. Apple cinnamon, gingerbread, like cinnamon cake with, I love like an eggnog buttercream.
Oh, yum.
Yeah. Like those flavors I fuck with so hard. And I feel like people really sleep on cake during the holiday season. Yeah. And I would truly like for them to, it's one of my favorite things. So for my I love cranberry.
Cranberry cake?
Cranberry filling. One time I made a birthday cake for myself. That was like, it was like a brown butter cake, December 14th.
Oh my God, fun. What are we doing?
I mean, great question. I don't know what I would even want to do this year. You know what I used to do that I kind of want to do? I want to go for afternoon tea at some fancy hotel.
I love that. I just went to tea. It was not at a fancy hotel. Really? It was very cute. Yeah.
Oh,
I love tea.
Here's the thing. I actually think tea is trash and I hate
me too.
tea.
I hate it.
But
I love the pageantry of it.
Yes. And the little minis and the towers and like
the pedophores and the little lady fingers.
I know. It's like, honestly, I fuck with that so hard. I wrote an article about it when I went to the Four Seasons one in New York a couple of years ago. And it was just such a wet dream.
That's so cute.
And I love scones and clotted cream and just like all the stuff. Truly.
I fucking love scones.
I'm
really terrible at making scones.
I'm actually decent at making scones. See, like I'm good with like the hearty doughs. The ones that end up crumbling, the ones that are like biscuits. I can fuck up some biscuits. Like, I end up doing well with. It's like all the other shit that I just like. I made cinnamon rolls like maybe it was last year, and they were hilariously disgusting.
What was wrong with them?
Well, first of all, I had never made yeasted cinnamon rolls. And so it was my first time doing
Already
that.
Intimidating.
Yeah. And then I didn't put enough filling in, or the filling I put in it like leaked out. They were kind of chewy in like a bad way. And then the frosting I made looked like cum. And it was like, when you like fuck up cream cheese frosting, it looked so gnarly. I was like, this is actually disgusting. And I ate it anyway, obviously, but I was like, I know this isn't good.
I just put up a cinnamon roll recipe that I love. I put it up like maybe last month. But after I put it up, I learned a really cool cinnamon roll trick.
Ooh.
What you're supposed to do, I agree, is you're baking your cinnamon rolls. So this is for a yeasted cinnamon roll. You bake them, and like 10 minutes into baking, you pull them out and you pour a couple tablespoons of heavy cream on each one. And it makes it so gooey and sexy and so fucking good. Like, I'm going to make them again like this week or something. Like, I love them.
Delish.
Yeah.
You know what I just remembered as holiday treats that are also fun? Have you ever made clau foy? Okay, it's like a baked custard cake. It's like custard with a little bit of flour in it. Generally, it's made with fruit. And it's
maybe I've definitely never made it, but I think I've had it.
You can have it as like a brunchy thing, and it's so beautiful and delicious. And you can make. I made a caramel apple one. It's spelled cloud, like cloud foodie. Starts with a C, CLOU. And I'm probably pronouncing it wrong too, but the good news is nobody can stop me because it's my podcast.
Yeah. Yes. Fucking yum.com promo code snack time.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And you can make it with cranberries, and it can be festive. Also, I always make
that with cranberries would be so good.
Yeah. Pâte de jus. Every holiday season, like
cream puffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yum.
Or profiteroles. I mean, which are basically the same thing, but you can.
You made those. You made those with when we did our little baking thing last year.
Yeah.
With the what's it called? Croquembouche.
Yes, I made a croquembouche.
Yeah, you crushed that, and those fucking cream puffs were wonderful.
Thank you very much. There's so much fun shit to bake, but let's get into this stupid pumpkin spice shit, because I made up the classic games that we play, 2 truths and a lie. I made 2 rounds. One is pumpkin spice themed, and then the other one is Thanksgiving themed. So let's get into the pumpkin spice one.
I love your podcast so much. It's so clear how much work and effort you put into it, and I'm so honored to be on it. So thank you.
Oh my God.
I just wanted to let you know.
That is so kind.
You're just really good at it, and I'm just very excited.
That is so sweet. I mean,
well, you do a great job.
Thank you. I mean, this is going to be the clip I post on Instagram, because
Also, Georgia will, of course, be peanut butter.
I mean, that too, but like, if anybody compliments me, it's clipped. Just consider it clipped. But you're an incredible gift, so I'm always happy to have you. All right, so here's 2 truths and a lie. We've got the 3 statements. First of all, pumpkin spice has been around since the 1600s. Starbucks originally called it fall harvest latte. Pumpkin spice is made with cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, cloves, cumin, and allspice, which is the lie.
The last one's a lie.
You're right. I knew you would get it. Yeah. I mean, cumin doesn't belong in
cumin
there.
and pumpkin spice.
There's no cumin. Yeah, I mean,
that's so cool. Fall harvest latte?
I
or
actually
fall
think,
harvest something?
Yeah, fall harvest latte. I actually think that sounds so much better than pumpkin
That's way
spice.
cuter.
It's way cuter, and I would be way more likely to get it, and we wouldn't have these pumpkin spice monsters.
Because the pumpkin is what turns me off usually.
Absolutely, and
the spice is what lovely.
Yeah, and that's what we tried last year because we tried those products, and Starbucks legit tried to like pumpkin-y it, if I remember correctly. Like they tried to put pumpkin flavor in it, and we were like, this is actually heinous.
Yeah, like why don't you just give us the spice that you're saying it is?
Right, exactly.
It's not pumpkin and spice latte. It's supposed to be like pumpkin pie spice.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I completely agree with you.
How long has it been around? Since 1560?
Okay, so, pumpkin pie, I mean, the reason it's been around since like the 1600s. Technically, I mean, they've been making pumpkin pies and using spices, obviously, for thousands of years. But in like the colonialism era, that specific spice mix was used, and it's like an international. People have been using it internationally for years, which is kind of fun that they all figured it out. But they were making pumpkin pies and shit back when like the Pilgrims were ruining everyone's lives in what was not yet America. So so it's been around for a long time, but they weren't spicing it. I'm sure it tasted like ass, not very different than it tastes today.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Yeah. Okay, here's the next round. This is Thanksgiving themed. We've got 1, mac and cheese is the most popular Thanksgiving side dish. 2, most people in the US kill their own turkeys. 3, turkey sucks. Which is the lie?
Oh, that's actually tricky. Obviously, the last one is the truth.
Yeah.
Or is a truth.
Yes.
Because I would imagine that mashed potatoes would be the biggest side dish, but I also do not think that most Americans kill their own turkey. But I also often fall privy to the thought of America is only exactly where I am and New York. And I forget that there's like Wyoming, where I'm sure people do kill their own turkeys.
It's so easy to forget about Wyoming.
Which would obviously have a turkey cookie.
Obviously.
I'm going to say most people do not kill their own turkeys.
Okay, you're right. You're totally right.
Okay, for sure.
But I will say...
But that's very surprising. I thought mashed potatoes would be number 1.
Okay, so it depends on who you ask. I mean, this is like a loose fact because, look, there are a couple different answers. But technically, one of my sources, which I'm sure is like foodpeople.org or some shit like that, because that's where I get my information from. My like facts are like literally based on a man in Wyoming who just like decided.
He was like, no, turkeys, everyone kills a turkey.
No, I guess it's a tie between mashed potatoes and mac and cheese.
We just never had mac and cheese at the Thanksgiving table ever.
Same.
Because my dad always used to say that mac and cheese was He was like, it's ruining like Italian culture or something. So I never had mac and cheese growing up.
I think it's not an East Coast. It's like a no because we also had like the Italian stuff.
Yes. But when I started like, going to friends' Thanksgivings and Friendsgivings and stuff like that, people would bring mac and cheese and it was amazing. It's like a great fucking side dish.
Yeah.
So
I mean, New England is not the entire country, which is sometimes hard for me to breathe in. But like, cause I didn't know either. And I was like, is this just like a white people thing? Because like, when I started having Thanksgiving with Nick, they were like,
I thought it was a white people thing to not have mac and cheese.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I think it's a white.
Oh, that's
like,
yeah.
Yeah. I think it's kind of
all
a white
of
people
like
thing.
my Black friends have, when I go to their Thanksgiving, it's like fucking side dishes galore. Like, I don't know, like the turkey is the least important thing. There's mac and cheese and collard greens and ribs and all this stuff. And it's so good.
I know. I'm like, where the fuck have I been?
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
It's so much better.
It's 100% better. Now I won't do any holiday without mac and cheese. I'm just constantly looking for an excuse to make mac and cheese.
Do you make it, or is that like the thing Nick makes?
Nick, okay. He's gonna get mad at me for this. One year his sister made this recipe for mac and cheese, best mac and cheese I've ever had in my life. And we've replicated it. Last year, he was like, I'm gonna make my granny's recipe for mac and cheese. And look, it wasn't that good. It just wasn't.
Sorry.
And it was good. It was a different kind of mac and cheese, not my favorite. Anytime I'm like, it wasn't that good. He was like, no, it was a different thing. It was good. And it's fine. He thinks it was good. I don't think it was good, but I don't know if you're allowed to say that. I mean, look, my grandparents didn't cook. I'm not going to be mad if someone's like, your grandma's cabbage tastes like asshole. You know what I mean? Like, but like, I ate it. Like, don't get me wrong. I will literally eat any mac and cheese as long as it's not watery. But no, it didn't stand up as well as the one his sister made.
Interesting. So now does his sister make it?
Well, I've made it before and I've actually done a good job because I think it's based off of a recipe. But Nick makes it too, and he does good. He makes these like garlic chive cream cheese mashed potatoes that are really fucking bomb.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, they're very good. And I just don't have time for any of that. And I would rather make dessert.
Yeah, me too.
And buy like the apps and shit like that.
God,
I mean, I love.
Can we do an appetizer episode?
I mean, I would love to do an appetizer episode. Actually, funny you should say that because for Fuck, Marry, Kill, Polly, I have 3 different categories. One of them is Thanksgiving apps. So
hilarious.
I know we're on the same page, truly. So let's jump into this. So we'll do Thanksgiving apps first. Here's the first round of Fuck, Marry, Kill, Polly. Here are your choices. 1, Trader Joe's truffle cheese with club crackers, specific. 2, hot dogs in a blanket. 3, plain potato chips with sour cream and onion dip. 4, candy corn.
As an app?
I mean, bitch, I don't know. I'll fucking eat it if it's on the table.
Okay. Kill potato chips with sour cream.
Great.
And onion dip.
Great.
Not because I don't like it, but because it's my least favorite. And like when I have a potato chip, I don't usually dip it. I'm more of like a cracker bread dipper.
Okay, fair.
Polly, candy corn. Because like I don't want to deal with it, but every once in a while, like I want a little.
Yes. Yes.
And then Marry and Fuck, it was Trader Joe's with truffle cheese with club crackers. And what was the second one?
Hot dogs in a blanket.
Okay. I would fuck hot dogs in a blanket.
Mm-hmm.
Because, not for the obvious reason, but because because I do think it would make a good husband. However, I think that truffle cheese with club crackers is just wild enough to still be sexy and keep things interesting and like keep the spark alive, but also stable enough where I could have it every day.
I mean,
Hot dogs in a blanket.
gorgeous.
I think if we only fucked once, I would be fine.
Look, every now and then you need a little wiener. You need a
Yeah.
little weenie, and you got to tuck it in and gulp
A
it
little
down.
blanket.
You get
What's
a little
yours?
blanket. I actually literally same because
For
like,
real?
oh, 100%. And I'm so glad you didn't trash
For
the
the same
candy corn.
reasons?
Yes.
I
Well,
love
because
candy corn.
I also, if I'm going to poly, sometimes I like to do a little sweet savory. You know what I mean? And I can go a little nuts. I can get a little codependent with the truffle cheese with club crackers.
Yes.
And then I get a little sick. And so I need to step back and pop some candy corn to balance it out.
To make you not sick anymore.
Yeah, because candy corn makes you feel great. And hot dogs in a blanket, yes. You have too many of them. Every now and then you're like, fuck yeah, man. Like,
Yeah,
of
like
course. Of course.
Did we do a video where we had them together? Why am I thinking we did?
We might have.
No, I sent you a picture when I was doing a video.
Yes.
And I was eating hot dog. But like that was the last time I had a hot dog in a blanket, and I probably won't think of it again for 3 months.
No, it's not like I like little dumpling type thingies when I'm looking at appetizers. I like the little like bird's nests and like all the dumb shit there, the spanakopita. That's the stuff that I reach for. But also I agree with you. I do think that plain potato chips with the sour cream and onion dip is a classic. But I've been known, and look, guilty as charged. I've been known to take a club cracker and dip it in the sour cream and onion dip. And let me tell you, that is delicious.
I just think that's better than a chip. I think that it can't be as salty as a chip is. That's why I like to dip like breads and crackers.
I will dip a cracker in almost anything.
Me fucking too. I'll dip a cracker in dog shit.
Same.
If it's a good enough cracker.
If it's a good enough cracker, it'll hold up.
And if it's good enough dog shit.
I mean, in LA, you get only the best dog shit.
It's all organic.
It is. It's all organic. It's fresh.
Oh my God. I love that we have the same one.
I know. Same. Let's see how I feel like this will be interesting. We might agree on all of them, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So now we have pumpkin spice snacks, which like out the gate, we're probably going to hate them, but I tried to do most of them that we actually tried in that video we did.
Smart.
Okay. So 1, pumpkin spice Cheerios. I don't know if you remember those.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
2, pumpkin spice sandwich cookies. 3, pumpkin spice ice cream. 4, a pumpkin spice latte. Classic.
Okay. Pumpkin spice latte, sandwich cookies, ice cream, and Cheerios.
Yep. All underwhelming.
Yeah. Okay. I think I remembered us hating the sandwich cookies.
Yeah.
Okay, kill those.
Okay.
I guess Polly. Okay, Polly with the Cheerios. For the same reason, like I guess I could hang with it sometimes.
Right.
But I don't want to be committed. Fuck the ice cream. Marry the ice cream, fuck the pumpkin spice latte.
Interesting. Okay.
Because the ice cream I think would be the best of those.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it'd be like marrying an accountant that I only kind of like. I'm like, hey, you're making shit happen and a thank you.
I respect those choices, first of all.
What are yours?
So I loved those fucking Cheerios. I think I
You
just
did
like
love
a
those Cheerios.
flavored Cheerio. So I am
Cheerios
gonna
are great.
I'm gonna marry the shit out of those Cheerios. I actually
Okay, love.
I like a pumpkin ice cream, so I'd poly the pumpkin ice cream.
Mhm.
I think a pumpkin ice cream is good. And I would kill the pumpkin spice latte because I
Interesting.
just don't really think that and coffee goes together.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I really like, I know we really want it to. And again, if it was just the
We're really trying to
spice,
make it happen.
but like get no pumpkin-y flavor, take it away
Yeah.
from my coffee.
You know what Starbucks holiday drink I love
Ooh, what?
is the caramel brulee latte.
Caramel brulee delish. Caramel
Amazing.
brulee delish. I actually really like the cinnamon dolce too. Do they still have that? I wonder if they still have it.
I don't know. Christy used to get that one a lot.
Yeah, that was a good one. There was a couple others that were like, I think they have like a sugar cookie one now. Like they're doing the innovative world of Starbucks.
I really do want to try the sugar cookie one.
Sugar cookie. I just tried sugar cookie M&Ms. So delicious.
Shut up, really?
Highly recommend. They taste like birthday
Are they white chocolate?
cake. Maybe, but like, it's candy. So it's like, it doesn't taste like white chocolate because it's crispy on the inside.
It looks like.
It's crispy
Is it
on
crispy on the inside?
It's crispy on the inside. It's really good. I was really
Where did you find these?
Well, they have them at Target right now. So if you go to Target, they have them there.
Ooh.
They have them at, I think, Pavilions, maybe.
This looks so interesting.
It's really good. I want to try the other flavors too. They've got like snowball and hot chocolate. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like technically white chocolate, but it's like such a thin layer that I don't really think it makes.
Well, the crunchy M&Ms are my favorite M&Ms of all time. Crispy.
Yes, the crispy M&Ms are fucking delicious.
You know
what I wish they would do is I wish they would do pretzel caramel M&Ms.
That sounds amazing.
I know. It's like, I just, maybe they'll get it together someday. Fucking M&Ms. Okay. So for my choices, I'm marrying Cheerios. I'm going to poly the ice cream. I'm killing the latte. And then I know we didn't like the sandwich cookies, but I love sandwich cookies so much that I feel like I wouldn't be able to help myself. And I would need to keep reminding myself that I hated it. Yeah, like I feel like I would need to like be like, do I hate these? And then fuck them and then be like, oh, these are horrible. So if that makes sense. I mean, good.
It makes perfect sense.
Okay, so then our last category is 12 a.m. Thanksgiving side leftovers. So frame all of these.
Great category.
Right? Frame all of these in the idea that this is 12 a.m., the day of Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, technically.
Question.
Yes.
Has it been refrigerated or is it still on the counter?
Refrigerated.
Okay.
So you're going to have to like figure out if you're microwaving it, if you're eating it cold, if you're like what your situation is, but this will be reheated essentially. So keep it in mind. I personally am too impatient a lot of the time. So I already know what I'm going to do. But here are your choices. We've got mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, fresh mashed potatoes, not the fake shit.
Great.
Cranberry sauce and stuffing.
Kill stuffing, hate stuffing.
Really?
Can't not stand stuffing.
Every kind of stuffing. Have you like, is there a specific kind that you can tolerate more than others?
Not particularly. Like to me, stuffing just tastes like wet bread that you tried to like reheat.
Okay.
I hate stuffing.
I don't like stuffing particularly. I don't dislike it either.
If there was like a new stuffing on a Thanksgiving table, I would have a bite to try it.
Yes.
But it is like absolutely, if I had to like banish one thing from Thanksgiving, it would be stuffing.
Yeah. Sausage stuffing, I don't hate, but I just like sausage.
Yeah, same. So kill stuffing, Holly cranberry sauce, only because I don't think I'd be like crazy in the mood for cranberry sauce at 12 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was mac and cheese and mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Damn, that one's fucked up. Okay.
I know it's fucked up. I know. I'm so sorry.
No, I appreciate you asking the hard questions. Marry mashed potatoes, fuck mac and cheese.
Okay. We were so
yours?
close. We were
What
so
are yours? Did you just flip those two?
Yeah, literally the same, except flip those two, because I will always go in and with my bare hands, like an animal, grab chunks of mac and cheese at night. I somehow think it doesn't
even pick
count.
It out?
Well, because it's so thick that it's cold. And so I literally dig my nails into it. I grab it.
Does it get under your nails?
Yeah. And then I suck it out like a fucking freak. Like, and there's no way I'm not the only one, but I grab it with my bare hands and I shove it into my face. And then I would do the same thing. I would sometimes look, I'll try cranberry sauce on anything at Thanksgiving. All bets off.
Do you like canned or homemade?
Homemade. My mom's always made it. And
interesting.
I have always loved homemade because I like it very tart. I like the cranberries to pop in your mouth. I will never put citrus in it. I think that is disgusting. Good. For my mom always made it boil you boil the cranberries in half maple syrup, half water.
Amazing.
Yeah. And it's fucking delicious.
I love that.
Yeah. You put it on literally everything and it's perfect. I'd put it on mac and cheese. I don't give a shit. I'm crazy. I'm already eating it with my hands.
I'm fucking wild.
I'm already eating it with my hands. You think I'm going to fucking not dump everything on top of it? It's really hard for me to take the time to reheat food when it tastes good. Yeah. When it's like something I really love.
Well, also, mac and cheese is really good cold sometimes.
It is. I mean, it's
especially like the top layer of cheese.
But yeah, and to me, it's like it's not proper mac and cheese unless you can grab it with your hand. And I would also encourage you to grab it with your bare hands.
I love that that's your like, I am imagining you at like dinner with Nick's family. Somebody's like, I made the mac and cheese. And you're like, can I pick it up with my fingies? Am I able to scoop it with my own hand? Like, that's so funny.
How does it work in conjunction with my fingies? I mean, I feel like Nick knows my gross food habits and he just like, but like if he were to catch me digging my fingers into the mac and cheese, I know he would be like really upset. But I also feel like there's a part of him that knows me well enough to know that like I definitely do that. I just don't tell him.
Like if he really thought about it, he would be like, yeah, she would do that.
Yeah. He doesn't want to know. It's like eating mayonnaise raw. Like I will like if I'm or like dipping my fingers in sauces and eating it, like finishing off a sauce with my fingers. He's like in front of me, absolutely not. But like
you dare.
If I want to go to the corner of the kitchen and have at it, I'll take that aioli and down it. I will down that aioli. I love an aioli. I don't give a shit if it has that skin on it. You know.
Oh, fucking munch.
Okay. Well, Irene, this has been, as per usual, a fucking great episode with you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Goddamn delight. Everybody, please check out Irene's videos on her YouTube channel, Instagram, and TikTok. Go rewatch our pumpkin spice video.
Yes.
go watch her cinnamon roll video, get that
Oh.
recipe. And
remember
also,
to add the cream.
yes, add the cream. And also, I can't fucking wait to see if you do these cookies from the 50 states.
Well, I have to now. I've talked about it.
I know. Well, this is accountability. So we'll have to report
Thank
back.
you.
Um,
You're very good at that. You're very good at making things happen when you say you're going to make them happen.
Well, otherwise I'll never do it. And that's the truth. I either do it immediately or I never do it. Like if I could pay my rent through the next 6 months, I would do it just to get it out of my fucking face.
Me too.
Like I can't do like I don't like surprises.
Me neither.
So all right. Well, I will put all your socials in the info, but where are they out loud? What am I saying? Like where can people find you? Say where people can find you, even though I'll put it in the info.
You can find me at Irene Walton on YouTube. My YouTube cooking show is called Dead Dad's Kitchen. My Instagram and my Twitter and my TikTok are all homemade by Irene.
Yay!
Thank you so much for having me. I had the best time as always.
I love you so much. And thanks for listening.
Goodbye.